Oh wow, welcome first. We started with 11. Welcome first one. What?
We are trying to undo history. We are trying to prove people wrong. Show me an almost all Black, almost all poverty school that has done this. For the last, what, 18 years, we've been on the list. Turnaround school, a grade F school, a red school, whatever you want to call it. Those are real. If you question your ability, you have 3 days to get over it. Because I bleed in school, and there's no way I would have you here if I did not think you could do it. If you have any doubt in your mind, this is not for the faint of heart. And whatever you need to do, if you need to pray, if you need to go to happy hour today and get it all out of your system, whatever you need to do, do it. Because when these kids walk in the door on Monday, I need you to be the greatest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to WBC Talk 56. And as you can see, we're gonna have a lot of strong messages here. Let me introduce first 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡 Lagarda. She's the director of the WBC University, and she has a message for you too. Hello, 𝗧𝗔.
Hi, Victor. Hi, Mauricio, Jill, and all our guests. I'm very happy we have a very special panel today, Boxing Angels. We must recognize the red. They are our present and they are our future. The positive message I want to share with you and with the audience is about training with children during quarantine. And the question will be, what factors should be taken into account for training with children this quarantine? Well, the first thing is to take into account that children have different characteristics from adults. They have, the most of them, little time doing sports. They depend on their parents. They have trouble for being concentrated, putting attention, and the most of the trainers that work with children, they don't have interdisciplinary teams. And because of that, it is important that trainers focus on making a strong triangle with the parents, the team, and the children. The environment must be more coordinated than ever. The parent or whoever is in charge or responsible for children during this quarantine must work and prioritize the development of creativity. We as parents, as trainers, we must be very flexible with children. Coaches and parents must work together. They must work as a team. They have to design creative training plans, okay? They have to put for the children daily challenges, put in the agenda, train them on eating healthy food, do physical work, reflection work, attention training, okay? And also try to develop some of other skills like motivation, concentration, control of their thoughts, and adversity management with stable routines and self-knowledge of them. So I'm very, very happy to be in this panel today to listen to all the great work that you are doing with children. Let's keep the good work with children and make sure all the children are fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞.
Thank you, Xochitl. And now, please let me introduce first Morgan McDonald. He's coach and educator of the Lucy Laney Boxing Academy in Minneapolis. Morgan, welcome to our show.
It's an honor to have me. Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're gonna have to introduce the rest of the kids, okay?
All right, let's do it. We start now? Let's do it.
Yeah,
right.
show some.
All right, here we go. We have Madison McDonald. 7-year-old, can't wait to compete next year at 8. Zakarian Walker, our 2020 Silver Gloves champion, Zakarian Walker. We have my son, Timothy Greer, 13. Come on. We have Ahmad Powell. Oh, sorry.
2019 Sugarbird champion.
2019 Sugarbird champion. He wanted me to say that.
Of course, Sugarbird.
Yep. We have Ahmad Powell, Jaquan Montgomery, Larry. Watch out the way. We have Ronald. We have Morgan. And we have Lavender right here. We have a couple more, but you know they're not here. But yes, that's what we have right now.
It's great.
We are so happy and proud to have you all here. Now let me introduce Christiane Manzur. She's the chair of the WBC Cares Mexico and co-chair of Heroes for Humanity Award. Chris, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. Hi, everyone. Very nice to be here.
And she's my boss.
No, I'm not.
She's the one that runs everything.
He likes to say that, but it's such a lie. Big lie.
And of course, Mauricio Sulaimán, president of the World Boxing Council. Mauricio.
Hello, it's a real pleasure for me to be today in this WBC Talks, a very special one, a great meaning. Our hearts will be filled with joy and sentiments when we finish today, but I just cannot wait to see this beautiful story and to be part of it, because we're very proud. You are a hero for humanity, and I cannot wait to see the many things that we will be doing together for the benefit of the kids.
Absolutely.
You all kids, you all have a choice to do. You will find possibilities along the way. Friends will come to you asking you to do things, and then you can make the decision. You go the right path or you go the wrong path. It's your decision. Nobody else can make a decision for you. But if you have someone with that beautiful t-shirt that says world champion, looking out for you, telling you what is best for you, and taking you under his wing as a father, follow him, because we follow him and we have been successful. Let's have a great program.
Thank you, Mauricio. Jill Diamond. Jill Diamond, chair of WBC Cares Hello, Jill.
Hi, Victor. Would you like to finish introducing everyone else and then we'll kick it off?
Sure.
No,
Here.
okay.
Blanca Gutierrez, she's a promoter of beautiful brawlers. Blanca, good to have you with us.
It's always great to be here, and it's great to be on an uplifting show that shows the best of boxing. I'm very honored to be on the panel.
And of course, we have a lot of young champions. We have our world champion here. How are you?
Did you freeze, Victor? Shawn,
Maybe?
I think you froze.
Oh,
Sorry, you went out for a
Mr.
second.
Porter,
Oh, champ.
Did you say showtime?
yes, of course.
My turn.
of course.
Everybody, I don't know how many young kids there are out there outside with you, sir, but it's honestly, man, that's where I come from, and that's beautiful to see. I know that that's your son right there next to you, and I'm sure you know that my dad has always been right next to me. So I'm gonna mimic really quickly what Mauricio said. All of you children out there, you have a decision. You're gonna have choices to be made throughout your life, and right now you've chosen to be right next to Coach right there. That's where you need to be. You're safe right there. You're gonna have fun right there. You're gonna grow and learn and mature right there next to that coach. Continue to listen to him. He's gonna guide you guys, and eventually you guys will be exactly where I am, exactly where Miss Jill Diamond is, exactly where Victor Silva is, and Mauricio Sulaimán and his wife. You guys can be whatever you want to be in life, but it starts with having someone right next to you, right there, that's going to guide you. And then your number one choice and decision is to listen to him. And again, as Blanca said, I'm excited to be here with you guys as well. And hopefully this is the first of many opportunities we get to speak.
Beautiful, Shawn.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Shawn. Great words for the kids. Jill, do you want to start?
Oh, sure. I'm so excited about this program and all of the beautiful kids that are here.
Yeah.
So we first heard about Morgan McDonald and the Lucy Lane Boxing Academy in Minneapolis last year, and we've been following his story ever since. Little did we suspect that the road would lead us here today. Morgan is a behavioral specialist, a boxing coach, and above all, a mentor and a role model. It's difficult to verbalize what's been going on in this country, or even to say that Morgan has been a safe harbor for many of his students and team. It belittles his compassion and his efforts on their behalf. It trivializes the fear they may experience daily, exacerbated by recent events. Minneapolis has basically been ground zero. Some people go through difficulties and say, I had it bad, but I made it. You can do the same. Others, like Morgan, say, I had it bad, I made it. Let me help you and teach you what I have learned. So in Morgan's words, Morgan says, I'm being the person I needed as a kid. I want to pass it over to Christiane Manzur now. Christiane?
Hello. Well, as everybody said before, I would say that quarantine has been very hard on kids and teens especially. So as adults, it is our job to make them feel better, because they don't always feel motivated, but discipline makes the difference. And if we get them to be disciplined, we become heroes, right? So the WBC Cares has created a program which is Humans for Humanity. And this Humans for Humanity was created by the WBC to recognize the so many heroes from around the world who have been demonstrating courage, passion, and humanity through all this time. Most of them have sacrificed their own lives to protect the most vulnerable during this unthinkable era. Mr. Morgan McDonald is a pure example. Looking for signs of tension among students at the Lucy Lane Elementary School, he takes under his wings those kids he takes under his wings those kids by helping them to reduce behavior problems by using the sport of boxing. This is the way Mr. Morgan shows to the world how love and compassion make the difference, and how love is the power to help the lives of others to find the proper path to success. The WBC has created a tribute to those heroes from around the world, and this tribute is an award. It is a medal. Do we have the picture or oh, that was the medal is the award that we this is the award for Heroes for Humanity that now, Mr. Morgan, we humbly ask you to accept on behalf of the members of the WBC representing the 166 countries around the world. We want to congratulate you on your terrific job, and well, so we please ask you to accept. Do you? So now you are a hero for humanity from the WBC. Congratulations on your terrific job again. And now, please join us while we enjoy the video from the 𝗪𝗖 Boxing Academy. Thank you.
Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
It's like you have to save your own life. Nobody's going to be able to save it for you. So we have to do what we have to do, no matter what it is.
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. You only get 24 hours. Sometimes I'm getting up at 2:15, sometimes 1:45, and I'm starting to see everything in my life change. Why? Because I'm putting more time in, and guess what? If you get up at 2 and put in work, if you finish, you can take a nap.
Marquez was off balance again. Now gets his feet back and tries to roar back the nail back down with the right hand. Knockdown. He's not getting up, Jim. He get up. He's not getting up, Jim. No, he's been knocked out. What are we waiting for? Take this.
Life's battle doesn't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can.
Where did he go? I can see him.
What happened to Morgan?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want the man.
Because we have a shout out for him now. Morgan, are you here?
I think he was froze.
He got, but I could.
He's froze. Yeah.
He froze. He got shy.
There he is.
There he is. He's back.
He's back. Can we play the shout out for Morgan?
All right, there we have it.
Vic, can we play the shout out for Morgan from Aaron?
Yeah.
Now that he's back?
The phone overheated. I apologize, guys.
We love the video and we love the philosophy. So while we're waiting for the shout out, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Morgan, congratulations, buddy. On behalf of the Minnesota LBC 30, we'd like to say thank you for all the stuff you do for Minnesota boxing and all the kids in our area. And on behalf of the national office, they would like to extend their thank you to you too for all you do. And on behalf of Mike McAtee, the executive director of USA Boxing, he'd like to personally say thank you for all you do for the kids and the sport. Congrats, buddy.
Aaron.
So, Blanca, you had a few words you want to say?
Yeah, just a little background on Morgan McDonald. Morgan McDonald is not only a father, he's a coach, a mentor, he's a giver. He's a giver, giver. That's all he ever does. He gives, gives, gives. And he is a kind of person that's instrumental in making these kids' lives better. And, you know, I've talked to him, I get a little emotional about it because there's so many good people in this world, but we don't focus on those good people. And what he does is he doesn't just do boxing. You know, he actually graduated in 2008 from Southern Illinois University. He had his degree in science, focusing on education and human resources, and he uses that. He's the kind of person that when he shows up to school, he loves what he does. He wants to lift people up. And when you come from an environment where you struggle as a child and growing up in Chicago and seeing the struggles of drug abuse in your family and the possibility of almost going into a foster care system and finding those brothers and sisters and those mentors that lift you up and teach you something, because those people are so important. And he takes all that and he decides to do the same thing for others. He is on this earth to lift others up and make situations better. And he does it with no expectation. The only expectation he wants is for these kids to be better in life, better off, have the same opportunities. He talks about code switching. There are a lot of things he teaches the kids that they are so fortunate to have in their lives. Code switching is something that's very important. Learning to deal with others across the board, no matter where you're at. Humanity works across the board. And he's teaching all those children that to reach out, to lend a hand, to help as you get older. And those are blessings that come back to you. When I talked to Morgan during the protest, which is so heavy, you know, he was protecting his streets. He was helping those kids, making sure everybody was safe. He didn't sleep much. He was always giving, and I don't really think he complains much. So, if any at all. So it's I feel very honored to be able to say some kind words about him, but I do believe that no words can express his greatness and his value to this world and to the kids around him. And, you know, it's a deep honor to have a friendship with someone who does so much. And I just want to say he's a boxing angel. He's one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. And he has a lot to offer this world. And we're truly blessed to have him in the boxing community.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, it's almost impossible to speak after that. I mean, I agree with you. The time that I know Morgan, he's authentic. He just totally, people talk the talk, but he walks the walk. He takes care. I know Mauricio and Christiane have to leave soon, so why don't we show the next video, and then we have a lot of questions for Morgan and the team. Can we show the next video of the practice?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Mamas. And my bro, no hesitation, you on the road. So I'm more, you know, goddamn, that's a code. You gotta let that Fifi go, she take control. So many my dogs, really such a pretty face. I ain't follow when it tell her you move away. I didn't want you, but that hit that, now you stuck. That's a soul tie. She ain't got a leash on your neck. That's a bow tie. Yeah, I had the load, you know. You got too many yes men around you. I can't play that role.
Beautiful. So, Mauricio, Chris, is there anything that you want to say before you leave? Because we're going to get some serious questions.
I would like to say that there is still very nice and good people in the world. And Mr. Morgan, you are an example of that. I'm very happy to meet you and to keep the work up, keep the work going. And kids, you have a great guide to follow. So keep the discipline.
Absolutely.
Champ, Morgan.
Yes.
What makes you get up every morning?
All right, so I know that I'm being watched. I'm not gonna lie. I know that my kids watch me. And as far as walking the walk and talking the talk, I want them to know that going out every morning, sometimes you don't want to do it. This Muhammad Ali talked about that. Sometimes you don't want to work out, but you have to. And I'm waking up every morning early because I just want to help. I just want to help. I want to get to work early. I want to make sure I greet everybody with respect and love. Say hi to everybody. Say good morning to everybody. Let everybody know I got your back no matter what. Same thing with the kids. When they see me, they know, all right, if I need anything, I got your back. I want to help. I want to help. That's it. Everybody in this world, a lot of people separate themselves from certain situations. A lot of people separate from negative, positive. Me, I'm going to stay positive. I'm only going to accept positive. That's it. That's all. So when you see me, it's going to be positive. That's it. That's all I'm accepting. That's all I'm giving out. Hope, because you have a perception of how people treat each other. And I just want everybody to know that there are good people out here. There are, you know what I mean? And you might have people that might criticize the color of my skin. There are good people out here. You might criticize people for my hair. There are good people out here. No matter what the color of the book, don't judge a book by its cover. There are good people out here, and I want everybody around me every day that see me, that know me, that's a good person right there. Ain't no bad vibes. It's all good energy. And that's all I'm going to push out. That's all we need is good energy. We don't need bad energy. Bad energy it has put this country into a place where it is now. But positive energy only. And, just keep pressing and let people know that there are good people out here.
I have to ask you one question before Mauricio leaves, and then I'm going to turn it over to Shawn. How did you get a boxing program into an elementary school? That's unheard of. Mm-hmm. And I know the teachers use you to work off steam. How did you do that?
Okay, so it's a good question. It took, I'm going to be honest, talk the talk, walk the walk. I know for a fact that sports help kids in situations. I know that all kids come from different households, and it could be football, it could be basketball. All of them don't like school, to be honest. All of them not good in school. All the kids can't read. So how do we get them to want to come to school every day, right? We can't play basketball like that. But as far as boxing, though, let's say we have a kid that's angry. I'm going to get to how I got the gym inside the school. I started off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm boxing. My son is boxing. We're boxing, and I'm using it as training, but I'm getting calls as far as a kid angry and watching kids that they walk in, they're upset already, and school haven't started, so something else happened before school. It could be the night before. It could have been that morning. It could have saw their dad get arrested. It could have saw, it could have been no food the night before. It could have been no food that morning. They got the same clothes on. So that punching bag helped them get all that frustration out. It helped them get that frustration out. So from that point, we were a part of a gym. not too far. Good program. Good program ran by some good people. But in my school, I'm like, how can I get my kids involved a little bit more? How can I get my kids involved a little bit more? So I didn't ask. I just did it. And my principal was like, okay. Miss Free Slayton was like, you got some guts, but you know what? Don't mess this up. Make it work. Everything you do, you kind of make work. So make this work. Don't mess it up. Make sure all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted. And I did that with some assistance I got help. I'm not going to say I did it by myself. It was trial and error. But I didn't ask. And when I did it, it benefited the school. Every kid in the school.
How did it benefit the school? I mean, did it bring grades up? How did it benefit the school?
So, for example, I'm going to be honest. I have a couple kids that didn't care about school, didn't care about grades. Then that's not my mom, so they can't do nothing to me, so I don't have to respect her. And then you got Mr. McDonald that come in that treat them like a son, a nephew, a little cousin, and that's just the approach I bring. I bring a family atmosphere. That's what my school does. Lucy Lane brings a family atmosphere, and with it bringing a family atmosphere, I'm just the uncle. I might be the same height or same size, but I'm just the uncle. And being able to talk to them. So it helped because you have a kid that don't want to come to school, that's fighting their mom to come to school, that's in class, that's not doing work. Now they have a incentive to want to be in class, that want to come to school, that want to spend some time with Mr. McDonald as a positive note and rather and not a negative note. Because if I get a phone call, kids know that, there will be consequences as far as, how I handle it as the student support specialist. But again, my principal was like, you know what? Make it work. Because right now we're on the line, everything's on the line, make it work. And that's what we've been doing. Like I said, it's helping out with grades, it's helping out with kids' attendance, it's helping out with the behavior around the school. Our fights have been lowered. Anytime a kid get frustrated, like I said, come on, let's go to the box room, let's get some of that frustration out. Once it became a help, if it's a help, why is it a problem? If it helps, why is it a problem? Why look down upon it? Because it's some sports that they don't look down upon. They don't, like, as far as Minneapolis, I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? Boxing, maybe not because of the, hand-to-hand contact, whatever, but they don't do that with karate. They don't do it with karate. And so that's how the discussion started. And it was like, you know what? You're doing a good thing. You helping out. The kids love it. The school love it. The community love it. You're not a bad guy. Go for it. Let's see what happens. And that's all we're doing right now. Trial and error, and to see what happened. And so far, it's been good.
That's great. That's great. Shawn, do you have any questions for the kids, or?
I got everything. I got everything. I mean,
I want to know what their last 2 weeks was like. Please ask.
Well, let me just say this before I ask a question. Mr. McDonald says that the city loves it, the school loves it, the kids apparently love it, and I love it. I love you, Mr. McDonald, and I mean that wholeheartedly. We've been on this line, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe a little more than that, but I love you because of who you are. I read people very well, and I was telling my wife about, you have to be able to discern who's right for you and who's wrong for you, what's right for you and what's wrong for you. And I just have this really heightened sense of discernment. And from the moment we got on the line, I could see the energy around you, and you are an absolutely amazing human being. I'm gonna go past saying you're a good person, because normally that's what I would say, but you already said that, so I'm gonna say you're an amazing human being, man. With the things that you've been able to do out there in Minneapolis for your school and for those kids, it's just gonna grow. You are an absolute blessing, and I can see it right now over this line. Continue to do what you're doing. I can tell you don't really get discouraged, if at all, but don't let anything discourage you. Don't let what's going on, what has happened up there, discourage you, and don't let it discourage the kids. As you were speaking, something that I could sense was that Jill asked, how is it changing the school? And yes, the boxing program's changing the school. They have something to look forward to. They got, you know, instead of going home and dealing with the things that they deal with at home, they got you to come to, and they got the after school program and things like that. But honestly, man, it's you. It's your energy. Your energy is infectious, and it has infected all of those kids around you. It's infected the school. It's infected the city. And I'm absolutely proud of you, and I'm proud to be on the line with you right now. That's all I want to say. I don't know, Jill, if you want me to ask a question, I will. But
you're going to more before we're done. But I want to ask you one thing. There are pictures of Ali, even in the opening of the documentary. Ali is very important to your school. Was that before or after the program? And I want to know to the kids, who is Ali to you? What makes a champion to these kids? These are boxing kids. What are the qualities of a champion?
Quality of a champion. What's up?
Hard work. Hard work.
Hard work.
Talk up.
Dedication.
Dedication.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
Perseverance.
And who is Ali to you?
He's a good, right? He's one of the greatest, like he said.
So when you said who is Ali to you, we're talking like, okay, in the ring, cool, but as a person, as a human being, like a well-rounded person, who is he to you? Like,
He was a good person. He was a cool person.
So
I want to ask the kids, how do you feel after training?
Hurt. Sleep after that. Wanted to eat.
Okay, we got a couple sore, want to eat, tired.
But you have to feel proud because you work hard. That's a great feeling after you finish, when you thought it was tough and they dragged you and they made you do and go the extra effort. Then you feel proud because one day is on the books, next day you are closer to success.
And déjame decir una cosa. And nobody has ever said regretting a training. Nobody has ever.
Are you going to the Sugar Bird tournament this year?
We trying to. We trying to put it together and make our way to the Sugar Bird.
So, what have you done in the last 2 weeks? You were telling me again.
Say again?
What have you been doing in the last 2 weeks? You were telling me about.
Okay. Last 2 weeks in Minnesota has been, I want to say, a movie. I'm gonna say a real movie. It made me tap into an energy that I had as a kid, almost survival, super survival skill. You have the last 2 weeks being more of a role model, being more of a positive energy because of what's going around and not a negative energy, helping because I know there's a lot of people that's in need. For example, I mean, they did some looting here. They went to some stores, they did some things. At the same time, they was closing things, and they closing things early, and you can't get access to a lot of stuff. And the elder could not get to the stuff that, you know, a lot of people take it for granted that they can get up and go and get. So for the last 2 weeks, we have been fortunate enough to be a loving crew where people trust us to send us with a whole basket of stuff to, I see what you're doing. You're giving out, you're helping out. Okay, we want to help you help. So I had a little movement, help the helper help. So a lot of people help the helper help, and giving food, giving pillows, giving everything that essential needs that people need, and we've been passing them out. On the helping side, that's what we did. But as far as like protecting and making sure things are safe, myself, my son Timothy Greer, Maury McDonald, we have, man, actually stand up, not even sleeping at nighttime. But the thing is, we're not sleeping at nighttime because you got all these stories, but we want to make sure that our community is safe. So we took it upon ourselves to make sure that our community was safe, me and my sons. We talked to our neighbors. We let them know that we will be walking up and down the street, and don't be alarmed. We just making sure everybody's safe. And for the last 2 weeks, that's what we've been doing, going to sleep at 5 in the morning, going to taking little naps, and then going out to the community and making sure everything is safe. Sometimes not sleeping. Sometimes as soon as curfew is over, making rounds into the community, making sure Lucy Laney is still up. Everything is good with Lucy Laney, making sure downtown is good, checking on family members, checking on students, and then going to the site and making sure everything is still there. And just to see the hope again that we all in this together, and that's all you see when you go around the city of Minneapolis right now. You see that hope. Everybody is teaming up. Yeah, you have people that's not teaming up. You have people that stand to themselves, but you have the majority that instead of 5 fingers, it's more like a fist. It's more like a fist in the community. When me and my son knocking on the door telling them you're not alone, it became a fist. It wasn't a hand anymore. Same thing with the community. It's becoming a fist. Same thing with the state of Minneapolis, city of Minneapolis. We're becoming a fist. But look what's happening across the country. Becoming a fist. Look across the world. It's becoming a fist. That's it. And we just doing our part. But this last 2 weeks, like I said, it's been a movie. Now able to get sleep again. But it's been something that the kids can say they went through. They survived, and they had people there that made sure they was okay.
That's so important. Quite amazing. Quite amazing.
Shawn Porter, my champion, my friend. You are a perfect example of hard work, dedication. You were a kid, like those who we can see right now with Coach Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell a kid when they have a dream? How do you guide them to follow that dream, what to do?
You know what, a couple things. The first thing I would tell all you kids right there is that if you can dream it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. Right now, you guys are young, and that may sound like poetry. It may sound like it's just a saying, but it's so real. It's as real as you breathe. Really, whatever you can imagine in your mind, whatever you can think of, whatever you want, if you know the necessary steps that it takes to do that, to do whatever it is that you want to do, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. I actually have a formula myself that I came up with that I heard you guys say on your end. Hard work plus dedication plus focus plus faith equals success. You have to be willing to work hard, and you really can't measure working hard. The only way you know if you're working hard is if you go home at the end of the night and you can really think of everything that you could have done, and you know that you did everything you could do that day. Doesn't mean just going to the gym, but all of your schoolwork, all of the chores at home that your parents are asking you to do, cleaning up your room, everything. When you lay down at the end of the night, if you can think to yourself, man, I did everything I was supposed to do today, you're on your way to becoming successful. Something that you want, you have to be dedicated at. Right now, you guys are boxing. Some of you guys are getting really good grades in school. In order for you to continue to get those good grades, in order for you to continue to improve and get better and win more in boxing, you have to be dedicated. What does dedication mean? That means when it's time to go to the gym, you don't skip. When it's time to do your schoolwork, You don't say, oh, I'll do it after I watch TV. No, do it before. Why? Because I'm dedicated to it, because I want it, because I have to have it. That's what dedication is. Dedication is putting what you need to do before what you want to do. Focus. People all the time say, oh, he's not focused enough. I hear that all the time in the sport of boxing. They say, why didn't he make it? They say, oh, he wasn't focused enough. Well, how do you know he wasn't focused enough? Well, there were times where I would ask him to do this, do something, and he just wouldn't do it. When coach says throw the jab, be focused on throwing the jab. When coach says throw the 1-2, he knows what you need to do. Throw the 1-2. Those times when you choose not to throw the jab, you choose not to throw the 1-2, you're not being focused on what your coach is telling you to do. Those times where you don't even think about it, you're not being focused on what coach is telling you to do. Focus on your jabs. Focus on your 1-2s. Focus on your schoolwork. Focus on what mom and dad are telling you to do. That's how you get to success. And faith. For me, faith is the biggest one. Faith is, I'm a Christian, and I don't shy at telling people that I'm a Christian. I believe very firmly in God, and everything that I have has come from God in one way or shape or form or another. I have everything that I have. I am where I am because God has made that possible for me. Some people may not believe in God. Some people may not believe in Jesus. And I always tell those people, hey, if you don't have faith behind you, if you don't have God behind you, that's okay. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that everything that coach is telling you you can do it. Have faith that when the schoolwork comes to you, you have faith that you've learned it and you're ready for those tests. That's what faith is. Faith is believing in everything that you have, everything that you can do. And that faith, you push towards that goal, and that's how you become successful. Patience plus hard work plus faith plus success equals dedication. Excuse me, equals success. Did that wrong.
And Shawn, for you, you're a world champion.
Yeah.
You got a Pac-Man machine behind you.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful car. You have a beautiful wife, beautiful life. That came through a dedication, hard work, and focus, correct?
Yes, sir. Listen, guys, and I'm probably gonna sound like Coach's biggest cheerleader while we're on this line. But again, remember that my dad is my coach, my dad is my manager, and my dad has been in my life since I got here. My dad has always told me to listen to him, and as long as I listened to him, we would be successful together. And there were a few times where I wavered against that. I said, nah, I'd rather do this, I'd rather do that. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. But at the end of the day, my dad lives right around the corner from me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. When I do interviews, when I talk to other people, the only thing I can do is talk about my dad, because I know that without my dad, I would not be where I'm at. And not just because he's my dad, but I've seen my dad as a coach or as a mentor take other children and help them become successful as well. So I know it can be done, but it can only be done when you have someone next to you, like Coach McDonald there, that you trust, that you love, and that you admire, that you're willing to listen to, and that you're willing to walk behind and at times walk in front of. You have to support one another. I did not get the nice car. I did not get even the wife that I have without the support of my dad and without listening to my dad. You guys really have to understand that Coach only wants you guys to be your best. He only wants you guys to be successful. And I don't know how Coach gets down. Sometimes he may yell, sometimes he won't. I don't know if he put the gloves on himself and spar with you guys. Understand that at some point, whatever Coach is telling you to do, whatever he's doing to you to get you to do what you need to do, he's only doing what he knows is best for you guys. And you guys have to always remember that. Always remember that Coach is only doing what's best for you. My dad has only done what's best for me. And sometimes I didn't recognize it. But now being 32 years old, I know fully that my dad has always done what was best for me. You guys got a great man right there. Just continue to lean on him, listen to him, and respect him, and be there for him. He's gonna always be there for y'all.
Shawn, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Honest proof, have your dad had the conversation with you like, son, I don't know everything, but I'm gonna learn everything for you?
So that's something that I always tell other coaches. I'm gonna tell you this as well, coach. Listen to other coaches. Go just listen to conversations, even if you're not being coached directly by another coach. My dad would go to he would go to national tournaments with me, and he would watch other coaches. He would listen to other coaches. He would watch them game plan. He would watch them train other fighters. And that's how he became better as a trainer. And my dad actually did tell me that one time. He says, listen, whatever I don't know, we'll learn it on the way. We'll figure it out on the way. He said, but trust me, and that I'm going to learn, and I'm going to trust you to learn everything that I'm going to teach you. And it just becomes a learning process for everyone. Right now, we're looking at the country go through something very devastating. But at the same time, the country has to learn. The country has to grow. It does not happen overnight. Unfortunately, it's gone so long, and we've gone through so much as a country. I don't mean just we as black men or black people, but we as a country we've all gone through so much. But as long as we're able to recognize and grow, then we will improve. You know, so as you guys get older, everyone's gonna learn, everyone's gonna change. Be ready for the change, and make it happen.
Make it happen. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Say do what you're supposed to do so you can do what you want to do.
Yes, sir. You do what you're supposed to do so you can do what you want to do. Yep. Put needs before wants.
And we believe at the World Boxing Council that everything that you learn in your sport to everything else you do in life, whether you're a boxer or a lawyer or a teacher or you big graves, it doesn't matter. The stuff that you learn in boxing, sportsmanship, respect, discipline, caring about yourself and your body, you take that to everything else in your life. You have the foundation right there.
Hey, Jill.
Blanca, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
I just want to say it's a great being here. I love listening to what Shawn has to say to Coach. It's very valuable information. It's probably something that's going to stay in his heart forever, because these are great moments, you know. When you hear someone like that, it's a great moment. He's a world champion, and he's giving you all the respect in the world. And you know, Morgan, you deserve it, and you deserve so much more. And every kid sitting behind you deserves it too. And this world is changing. And hopefully that, you know, just throwing it out there, Morgan does have a nonprofit, you know, so if anybody wants to ever contribute to that, it will help him. You know, people ask, how can I help? Well, he's got a nonprofit, and if you look him up, just, you know, any little bit helps. Any little bit helps. That's all I have to say. Great job, Morgan, and love everything.
Victor?
Thank you.
Victor? Victor, you're mute.
Sorry about that. I just want to read a couple of quotes that I found. The first one is from Lucy Laney, and she said, God has nothing to make men and women out of but boys and girls. And it's exactly the academy where you're at. And she said that, and someone else, a real wise guy, said, you want to pull as many kids as possible on this side of the fence that can see the light. And that guy was Morgan McDonald.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach. It's a great quote. And you're doing it.
Mauricio, do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Oh, I would like to say thank you for being here. It was very nice chat. Congratulations to all of you. Nice to see you. Blanca, Victor, Jim, everyone. Hope to see you again.
Good seeing you, Christine.
This has been a beautiful hour that we spent together, and it makes me feel something. I want to kiss. That's the spirit that you brought to me. Okay. I love you so much, all. Blanca, you're special. Shawn, you're always forever here.
Always.
And, now I have a new hero, Morgan McDonald, and the kids. I will be following you.
Yes.
Watching you. Okay,
Remember,
I'm supporting you always.
You are our future. We depend on you.
Thank you. I got you. I got you.
So, Mauricio, are we going to end, Victor, the way we always end?
Yes. So, Victor.
Go ahead,
Thank
Victor.
you, Mauricio, and thanks everybody. This was round 56 of the WBC Talks. Thanks to Morgan McDonald. He's a great example. Please stay home, stay safe, chill.
We have to do our virtual hug. I don't know all night. Everybody, go for it. Everybody, reach on it.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
That's a tradition.
Come on, kids. Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.